Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Wrestle Podcast, our live stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. I am one of the hosts, Lash, along with the pod goddess, Lanaya, Willie, and Gus. We're going to be talking about WrestlePalooza today. We're going to be talking about the shit palooza that it ended up being, and a lot of different aspects about that, and just the current state of wrestling in general. So I guess first and foremost, just right before we started the live here, there, Gus was talking about his struggle to get onto that. Willie, you also had the same struggles of being able to watch it and get your ESPN stuff. Why don't you guys talk about that?
Sure. So I've been subscribed to the Disney bundle, the Disney, Hulu, and the ESPN Plus for quite some time now. And the way that I understood it was that if you had that bundle, you had access to WrestlePalooza. Cool, great. I went through all possible avenues. I went directly through ESPN Plus. They were like, no, you need an account. I'm like, wait a minute, I have an account. So I went through Disney Plus. Disney, I went through all the tabs. I went to ESPN. I tried WrestlePalooza. I tried accessing it. They're like, nope, sorry, you need to pay us another $30 or $40?
30
on top of what I'm already paying. But didn't you say that you were including it for anybody who's got the Disney bundle package? That to me seems like a bait and switch, which kind of fucked me and left a bad taste in my mouth. So I just, not for nothing, I just started watching like what's this anime show? But I started watching some anime because I got tired of trying to fight for the system,
Fight for the subscription. What about your situation, Willie?
I got 3 letters, VPN. I just think it's unfortunate what happened. Like I said, Disney is just trying to get all the money they can at this point.
You were supposed to have it included with your Verizon, weren't you?
Yeah. I was trying to, it says on the thing that, they gave me the instructions on the ESPN website to include, to have Fios on it, but I was trying to do it and I couldn't log in. So I was just like, you know what? I ain't gonna get mad. I mean, WrestlePalooza was trash. I mean, they gave it a C, but I mean, maybe like I said, VPN was the best way to go. That's unfortunate. Huh?
Which one did you use? The VPN?
Yeah, the VPN. Yeah.
Yeah, that's VEEPN, folks.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it's just unfortunate. That's unfortunate what happened, but it is what it is. I mean, we missed it. It was a waste of time anyway, So, it wasn't really pretty good. But like I said, Disney is a conglomerate. They try and get all money they can. It's ESPN is just, I don't even know, man. That it's not the same they used to be with like Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen and all that. It's just not the same. It's just terrible, man. What's going on?
Yeah, Rich Eisen has like his own channel on Roku.
Yeah, on Disney Plus, yeah. And what's so crazy, they laid off all these people, all these announcers that I grew up watching, and they charge $30 a month, and for what? It's just terrible, man. It really is. It really is. But I just don't want to talk about that no more. Let's get to the main stuff.
Yeah, well, that goes along with the main stuff. Lanaya, why don't you talk about what VPN you use and stuff? I got to shut my bird up.
Well, I used Proton VPN and I didn't have any issues because I predicted it was going to be a mess. Because from what I had read, it wasn't going to be included. So I predicted the worst and set up my VPN on Proton VPN. But a lot of people I've been reading and like watching in the news that a lot of people had the same issue you two did with like every package that they had from like every like system and like that you could get. So I'm like, that's just a defect, I think, on the part of ESPN to not make sure it wasn't set up properly, you know? So it's sad. But I had mine from the beginning and I also did not enjoy it. So what did it matter?
Yeah, I used the VPN. That's VEEPN along with the browser and just plugged in my laptop to my TV. Watched it that way. And I was in and out of it just because it wasn't that good. Um, Overall, yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it as is, but it seems that like you guys, there was a mess load of people that had troubles with this because of the different pricing tiers. Because I think the $30 one that has Hulu and Disney Plus in it, that it's $30 for all three of them. It doesn't include the premium live events as is, and that you have to go and pay like $45 altogether to have that package. Even
Listen,
though they use John Cena to advertise that.
yeah, nah, but
You
see,
know,
unfortunately, listen, I'm not built like John Cena. I don't think anybody else is as far as their pockets. So I'm not going to shell out another $30 when you've already, from the way you described it, maybe I misunderstood it, but from the way I understood it, if you had the Disney bundle that included the Disney, Hulu, and ESPN, you were good to go. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Will.
no, you're absolutely right, but it's kind of like HBO Max because if you got like with me, I have HBO in my premium package with Verizon. If you have HBO, you automatically get HBO Max. It's cut and dry. You automatically got it. But if you got all these three, Hulu Plus, this, that, you should have access to it. But again, I don't know what happened with the ESPN link. They gave us instructions on how to add it on if you had this these particular companies subscribers, excuse me. But when you try to add it on, it wasn't giving you that option. So I just think it's a couple of glitches they need to work out. But like I said, it's going to take for us to speak to fans to really get inside their head. Like, yo, like what the hell is this? What is this?
I think the fans have been speaking up in droves. I'm not often on X, but I've been on it just wrestling wise the last couple days just to see how they can't seem to hit a mark. They can't even seem to sell something right now because everything from down to the fact that they have a poster for Crown Jewel that doesn't have Stephanie Vaquera on there. That's your new women's champion, but they have Jade Cargill on there. They have Tiffany Stratton on there, and they have Rhea Ripley, which at least that one makes sense. Crown Jewel's going to be in Perth, but that in itself, the Crown Jewel event in itself is a big bullshit farce. That was started up with the Saudis so that the Saudis could get their own title, but now they branched it off to there, and it's this champion versus champion thing, and I think it's a load of shit. I think the promo set up for it was bad last night between Cody and Seth. It's rinse and repeat with these folks, and especially with these two, because it's like, yeah, just a year ago, you guys were buddies. You guys were like best buddies on that shit. and now you're here and you're talking still about being best buddies and talking about the obvious shit. Like, are you going to have your boys come in? And it's like, obviously he's going to. That's what this is now. Like, the plan, Cody. Why are they trying to trivialize us with shit we know is going to happen?
Exactly.
Just to eat up airtime, I guess. And WrestlePalooza was a lot more of that. Like, they open up with a match of Brock Lesnar and John Cena, lasts like 7 minutes or something like that.
Horrendous.
And it's mostly Brock beating up John in an effort to set up a second match that they're going to end up having. And Cena's seriously got like 5 times left and he's gone. Which at this point, with the way that's going, I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking just add on more time to it.
Please don't.
You say please don't. They say please money.
Yeah. Nobody's going around.
And if they can squeeze more, out of him, and the money's right, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I'm sure they will too.
And it's it's quite the shit landscape that it's dealing with. It's ironic that the top heel faction right now is called the Vision, because it seems WWE has no vision
At all.
So
Yeah, it's just like
they got vision. They got vision. The thing is, their vision is blurred by money. All right, let's face facts.
Yeah.
WWE is, along with TKO, they're a global company. They're looking to make as much money. Why do you think prices have gone so far up? I guarantee. Yeah. Listen, I used to when I used to work for Empress Ambulance. One of my perks was actually doing standbys at the Westchester County Center. So I used to literally bring my ambulance with my partner, and we would literally be at the entrance watching wrestlers go in and out. And we were there just in case they got injured or whatever. And ticket prices at most were like $75. Like if you're like up front, you know what I mean? But now I guarantee you a house show like that, if you're lucky, maybe $300. We're talking about families here. We're talking about families that have to put a roof over their kids' heads. We have to talk about feeding these kids, giving them health care, making sure they have clothes on their backs. These tickets, they're ridiculously overpriced. I could literally go to an indie show, spend $50, and even do a meet and greet with the wrestlers after the show. So justify paying like $800 for a nosebleed seat at WrestleMania. Justify that.
Yeah. Listen. I mean, they're trying to get their money back from what Vince sold it to them for. So yeah, I mean, you can't blame them for what they're doing. Yeah, you can blame them, but realistically, as a business, they try and make a bang for their buck. Do I think it's jacked up what they're doing? Just raising these prices for BS? Yeah, I think it is. But at the end of the day, it's a business. I mean, I think we overpay for certain things out there.
They're doing active price gouging, though.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
There's a difference between raising prices and active price gouging and price hiking. Like, there's one girl I follow on Facebook there that she made sure to specific for it the seat in row F5 for that seat, and that seat a month ago was about like $5,000 something, and By the day of, she said, by the day of, this will be well below that. By the day of, that same ticket was $600.
Right.
Dropped nearly 100%.
You know, I just like I said, I just think it's unfortunate.
Right.
It's unfortunate what they're doing. And again, in terms of this booking, um, you know, what they doing is saying, I mean, some people may just not like him or whatever the case may be. But what they doing, what Triple H is doing with this booking is just terrible. If it was
He
Vince,
obviously
it will be a better send off than what he's doing. I seen the liar laughing because she's saying that's good for him finally, but you know, at the end of the day, I think he deserves like a better send off. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee if Triple H had, you know, a retirement tour, it would be a better send off for him. You know, because he's the one that's doing the booking. You know, he doesn't deserve that to get squashed on in 7, 8 minutes. It's freaking terrible. You know, it's freaking terrible. Then Triple H announces today his next match is going to be against AJ Styles. Like, what's the build up at? You know, it's just a fucking travesty at this point, man. It's a fucking travesty. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And again, and then again, and you
they're
know,
not even
let's
using AJ
yeah,
properly.
yeah, they're not. You know, they're not. And again, you know, we need to really like me and Gus argued last week. There's a difference between Triple H, the wrestler, and Triple H, the promoter. He was trashed as a promoter. You know, uh, the greatest basketball player in some people's eyes is Michael Jordan. He sucked as an executive. It happens, you know. It happens. That doesn't mean because you was good in the ring, that doesn't make you a good promoter. Promoter's not his cup of tea. You know, to me, and you know, hopefully we could talk about it today. If this BS didn't happen, I think Shane would have been a better successor to Vince than fucking Triple H.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, all this shit that's going on, I just don't like what's going on with this booking, the promoting. I personally think NXT is a better product now, you know? It's a better product now than the main roster. Every week is the same shit. Every week is the same shit. Every week is the same shit. It's, you know, if you saw SmackDown last week, they had a fucking opening segment for fucking 30 minutes. Where's the fucking match at? Brock Lesnar come out, he beat the shot of he's gonna beat the shot of Michael Cole, and then Corey Graves came in. Like it's the same thing, man. Like I just don't understand it,
Yeah,
man.
why beat up Corey Graves?
Yeah,
What point did that make?
yeah. I mean, Corey Graves may get back in the ring. I get it, but I really just don't understand what they're doing, man. This
And if
the
he
booking
gets in
is
the ring,
terrible.
it's not going to be with fucking Brock Lesnar.
No,
So what the fuck was the point in that?
yeah, and you know, I think I said this last week, but I think, like I said, Brock Lesnar. I just think they had to pay him a shitload of money, obviously, to come back. But again, you know, I just don't understand why Brock is just burying people like that. That's what he's doing. He's just fucking
Well,
burying people.
well,
He's the Undertaker.
let's
He
face
just
facts for
buries
a minute.
motherfuckers.
Let's face facts for a minute, though. Brock Lesnar is a phenomenal freak. Okay,
Yeah, he is.
Dude. I don't know if there's
Freak
anybody
especially.
on the roster. I don't know if anybody on the current roster can actually lay a finger on him realistically. Okay, let's face facts. Wrestling, I'm not saying it's fake. That's not what I'm saying, but it is choreographed. A lot of it is predetermined or whatnot. But if Brock Lesnar got into the ring and said, "Fuck it, I'm doing this for real," I don't think there's anybody. Maybe if he was still active, Kurt Angle, and we all heard that story about him and Kurt going at it like at a house show. But I don't think there's anybody that could touch him.
Yeah. And the thing is the sign that was out there that's going to be featured on Botchamania. He's not supposed to be here, and we all know why.
I love that sign.
That is the best fucking sign. One of the best fucking signs ever. I would put that in my top 3 fucking signs.
Yeah, but sooner or later,
we need to quit making excuses for fucking sexual assault people.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, whatever I love seeing the fucking defending that goes on to him. Like, no, he showed up drunk and couldn't get it up. Still fucking like prostitution. That was still sexual fucking trafficking that was going on. It got detailed enough to where we know he's in the shit. He likes to see women shit. That's how detailed that fucking got. And the fact that I know those fucking details, I don't want to see that motherfucker on my screen. Fuck him. I don't care how fucking good he is. Fuck him. Fuck Vince too. But fucking all these people, Vince come back. And now what you said about bringing Shane in earlier, fuck yeah, I can fuck with that. You know why? Because he left at one point because he was trying to snitch on his fucking dad.
Yep.
I ain't got no problem with that. And he actually knows what the fuck he's doing. He put on good creative shit. But all this fucking rhetoric of excusing fucking Brock and then him come in and do these fucking Barry matches like you're saying and fucking F5 Corey Graves for no fucking reason. I don't care to fucking see it. He's not supposed to be here and we all know why.
Yeah, but sooner or later he gonna wind up getting the championship. Like that's like, come on now, like that's his main thing is the championship.
If they're
They gonna wind up giving him the
but
championship.
again, this is an America that curtails to that now. That it's okay. It's okay to be doing sexual assault and doing sex trafficking, everything like that. We still like you.
Well, you know what?
You know what
allows them? Listen, you know what allows them to actually get away with it? It's because they have money backing them, bro.
Yep.
That's all it boils down to. They pay off the right people. Oh, this disappears. They pay off the right people. Oh, this was falsified. Oh, we pay off this one. This person was lying. So what it boils down to is, you know what? Yes, it's documented, but if you're able to draw money for a company like WWE and TKO, they're gonna look
morality doesn't matter.
They're gonna look the other way. They're gonna look the other way. They're gonna hire you.
I'm saying my morality at least matters, but theirs doesn't.
That's just thing. In business, there is no morality. There's either you make your money or you don't.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? They're starting to see that now, though. Like we were just talking about before. Fucking Kimmel's coming back tonight, and he's coming back after getting shut down by this fucking right wing, these MAGA fucks, for saying the goddamn truth. And along with that, tons of people canceled their fucking Hulu and Disney subscriptions. So much to the point that they nicked it up $1. Got the email about that, nicked it up $1. You know, and you know, because I'm sure they're just going through trying times. You know, because Sinclair, their fucking MAGA goddamn company, owns a bunch of ABC stations. One of them's out here where I fucking live. They're right in Cockeysville, Maryland. They're only up the road from me. Those pieces of shit. Yeah. And they're going to not show it. You know, that's what we're getting into. Let's okay people that do sexual assault. Let's okay people that don't say the things that we agree with. If they don't say something we agree with, fuck them. Fuck them. Take them off the air.
But here's the thing, though, right? And I don't want to bring up politics in this, though, right? But obviously, ABC is right wing. We all know that. They against the MAGA machine and all this other stuff, right? Everybody know the history with our president. Not gonna sit there and say it, but ABC Disney look like hypocrites because you're in partnership with WWE and look at the whole situation with Brock Lesnar. You see what I'm saying? So that it's just hypocrites, but that's the power of the mighty dollar.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just hypocrites on that point. But like I said before, it's probably a lot of backlash from the fans. Like, hold up, where's all this coming from? Was all this crap? where he was where he was pretty much accused of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, you're guilty and proven innocent, but again, just hope, Triple H better hope Brock Lesnar name don't come out again in no bullshit. He better hope. He better hope. That's all I'm gonna say. He better hope. And again, Triple H gonna be the fall guy for all this shit. I keep on saying it. He is being the fall guy. He's
This
the
is
fall
the
guy.
same company.
He's the fall guy for this whole shit.
This is the
They
same company, mind you,
yeah.
that they went as far as to take Brock Lesnar out of WWE 2K24. They took him out of everything except for the WrestleMania Royal Rumble. He was still in that. And the reason why they did that is because they couldn't get the coding for another fucking WrestleMania wrestler to replace him.
Right.
So they took him out of the entire fucking game because of these allegations.
Right.
Except for that one part that they couldn't do the fucking coding on.
Right.
That's how serious they fucking took it at one point.
Like,
and then TKO came in.
Like I said, a lot of these
TKO
companies are hypocrites, right? So if you follow the NBA, they suspended Kyrie Irving for sharing a book that was on Amazon, right?
Mhm.
A couple of years later, NBA has a partnership with Amazon. You see what I'm saying? So it's just the hypocrite shit that's going on for the mighty power of the dollar. That's what it comes down to. If you pay this bread, all this shit disappears.
I understand that.
This shit disappears. There's no fucking morals in this shit. There's no fucking morals in this shit.
Not excusing it.
Yeah.
That's why it's up to the fans to be the voice of morality at some point. To be like, we're not going to let this stand,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
and that's the thing. However however Hippocratic they want to fucking be, however bullshit they want to be, I'm not playing, and I'm not the only one.
Unfortunately,
I'm not the only one. I see it all over the place. Is that people are fucking canceling these fucking subscriptions. If they are watching, they are going on to fucking VPNs. And then beyond that there's the moral fucking standpoint of thousands of fucking people being like, why the fuck is he here?
Well, listen, unfortunately, most of the fans are children, okay? They idolize these wrestlers like they were superheroes, okay? They're the modern day Superman and Batman that when I was growing up, okay? And what do parents want to do more than anything? They want to please their children. They want to make their kids happy. And if that means going to a WWE show and giving them that experience of seeing their favorite wrestler come out live and maybe
but they won't be able to afford to do that.
Right, I get that.
They won't be able to afford to do that. So you're talking about a pipe dream now.
What I'm saying is, what I'm getting at though, it's up to the parents to shut that down, to stop their children from idolizing these wrestlers as these bigger than life characters.
It's up to all. It's up to all of us to do it.
It's up to all of us. What I'm talking about is the little children who don't really understand that the difference between reality and wrestling. Okay.
I mean, our parents didn't though. Like, we're children of the Attitude Era, and there's a lot of things that we shouldn't have seen. Actually, I watch wrestling with my daughter now, and I don't let her. I sent her half the shit that we watched when I was her age. So our parents didn't. So we can't just use that excuse either.
Yeah.
No, like things are a lot more tame than when we were young. So parents might not have discretion, especially because they grew up during our era.
Yeah, but there's also just the matter of the fact of him and all these other moral obligations, and that's fine. They don't need to have the moral obligation. I will. I don't give a fuck. And I'll go out of my way, along with thousands of other people that are doing it, to show that, hey, we aren't into it. We're the WWE universe. I mean, that's the real fucking fact. At the end of the day, what we want, if we really fucking want it, we're gonna end up fucking getting it if we actually fucking work towards it.
Flex your voice. That's all.
But you remember SummerSlam, like the post show, like Triple H threw John Cena on the bus, was like, oh, the reason they signed him back because of John Cena. John Cena wanted a match with him. So you see what I'm saying? Even though I don't think that's the case, Cena got pulled, but again, I don't think he gonna sit there and say somebody with sexual harassment like, yo, go sign this dude. He don't got that much pull. He does have pull, but I don't think he got pull. What's going on with the business decisions?
But you also got to realize that the higher you are on that card, the more money you pull, the more they'll look the other way when you have some shady shit happening off to the side.
Absolutely,
absolutely. You can't be, El Generico.
Why are you guys trying to? You've gone over that point like 5 different times. Like we understand they have moral shit. Doesn't mean that you need to justify it any more than it has. They're going to do it for money. They've proven that. They are going to do it for money, not because of any fucking moral standing. And until we stand up collectively, they're going to keep on doing it.
No, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that Triple H threw him under the bus. So now when this shit like goes haywire, guess what? Oh, Triple H said they did because John Cena wanted him back in WWE. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, this happens in companies, that happen in sport franchises. I'm the star athlete. You know what? Like, let's bring this person back, even though he got all this shit going on with him. So Triple H threw him right under the bus.
Lots of people forget about Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
totally sexually assaulted a woman.
Yeah,
multiple women.
Multiple women.
And also listen, and also, you're right, absolutely right, Lash, about, we have to take a stand. We have to really take a stand as fans. But we also need to be continually in the fight. All right. We can't just, be outraged for 5 minutes and then, forget about it. Just like what they did with R-Truth. Remember? Everybody was in an uproar. They fired him. They let him go. They brought him back. Okay, we don't give a shit anymore.
Where's R-Truth?
Where is he now?
Yeah, that's the thing. They brought him back. They ran 2 segments with him, and then he wasn't booked for a solid month.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. What are people supposed to do then? Chant R-Truth, even though he's not around, even though he died. The mission was accomplished, and it was them that fumbled the fucking ball, not us.
Yeah, but we as fans,
we don't like the shit.
We as fans lost interest too. We didn't, like we said, okay, we got what we wanted. All right, bye, later. We have to be consistently vocal about what we want and what we will not tolerate.
Right.
And the only way we are going to do that, honestly, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Just boycott completely. And I'm not saying boycott for like one day. I'm saying boycott indefinitely.
Yeah.
It's going to affect their pockets at some point. And TKO will notice, the Arab conglomerates will notice, and it's going to be like, okay, we need to rehash everything and we need to really listen to the fans. Otherwise, this is going to go out of business.
Well, you think they would, because ESPN gave them a C rating. So let's hope that shifts them thinking too. Because, when the person that owns you is like, we don't like this.
And here's another thing. You know who's the happiest person right now? Tony Khan, because AEW pretty much beat them. They pretty much beat them like that. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. They fucking beat them.
Yeah, they got counter programmed. They got counter programmed by WWE, and they put on what plenty of people are saying was a much better show. Yeah. And it's a show that they knew going into it that they were paying a pay-per-view for, that they were paying a pay-per-view price. And hey, Tony Khan actually knows what little audience that he has. But that's the thing, is because of these mistakes, he's going to get the trickle-off effect. Like, this is one of the rare times of like the trickle-down effects actually happening, to where the lower guy will get these fucking fans that are done with it, because I'm about ready.
Yeah,
and
again, I hate, I hate to bring this man up, but if this shit was Vince, I don't think this shit would happen. He would have made damn sure this first pay-per-view would have blew them off the hinges. I can make sure of that.
Vince probably would have done what for America for what the rest of the world it was done, and he probably would have just made all of WWE on Netflix. Why is it for the rest of the world and not America?
Yeah.
He probably would have consolidated it down. He did the WWE network and then did one of the most brilliant fucking business moves of it. Right when the pandemic happened, everybody locked up. He's going to throw it on 3 months for free.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. 3 months free. Come on in. Here, watch all your old shit. Watch all the new shit. Watch all the pay-per-views. It's free. Hey, do you want to sign up to be one of the faces in the Thunderdome crowd? Sign up to be one of the faces in the Thunderdome crowd. Watch it on your laptop so we have a camera.
No, you know what? I'm glad you were that backfired on Vince though, because the guy is laughing because she know what I'm about to say. She know what I'm about to say. No, that backfired on Vince because you know when somebody put a picture on Chris Benoit.
Yeah. Yep. I love that. I loved it.
Yo, I swear to God, somebody load a picture of Chris Benoit.
Fucking right on.
That shit backfired on Vince. It's one of the best parts. I don't give a shit.
I love it.
The fact that they didn't notice for so long and took his death. That was the
that was the only thing that backfired on Vince, man, when somebody loaded a picture of Chris Benoit. That was fucked up, man.
Brilliant. I loved it.
It was great.
Oh man. I mean that, man, but that's true though. That's true. That WWE network was legit. It was legit, man.
And I think there's 4 or 5 countries or something that they still have WWE network because they don't even get Netflix.
No, yeah. I think on Roku or something, and like the Samsung network, they do have like a WWE channel that show like matches nonstop. I forgot what it's called, but it doesn't relate to WWE network. That I don't know, man. That was brilliant on Vince part. That's probably one of the greatest moves he ever did, man. Just thinking about that. One of the best moves he ever did.
It wasn't expensive either.
Oh, hell yeah. Fucking $10, man. That's a fucking steal, bro. Like,
that's a half hour. That's a half hour's work for me. Half hour.
Yeah. It was a brilliant business strategy. And then what they did, to separate it out from there, worked it well. And, it was okay up until ESPN here just really threw the fucking the shit storm into it. What was wrong with Peacock, man? At least Peacock also has shit I actually watch.
Yeah, exactly.
You think you would cater to the audience that you've had a good, long-standing relationship with.
It doesn't make no sense.
Disney came in, and Disney's like, "Here's the money. Here's $1.4 billion."
Yeah, like I said, I just think they're trying to get more money. Because, like I said, SmackDown is on the NBC, is on USA, which is owned by NBC. So they're just trying to get more money, different television contracts. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do.
I'm just waiting, since they're not part of Disney or whatever. I'm just waiting for them to open up a WWE land and have like Triple H's walking around and Undertakers with Mickey Mouse ears and shit. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. It'll happen.
People, my wife said this to me like yesterday.
It'll be TKO land, and they'll have do your own MMA fights in a UFC octagon.
But my wife said this to me yesterday. No one can really beat Disney. Disney is unstoppable, man. Nobody can really beat them. They're unstoppable. No one can.
Yeah.
No one can. You just hit the nail on the coffin with this shit with Jimmy Kimmel. It's nobody that can really stop them. So they're gonna continue to do
First of all,
partnerships with
Need
all
to
these
know this
companies.
stuff.
listen,
Maybe
Disney
Huh?
has always been a powerhouse when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to
Yeah,
that. But since they've acquired other, they've acquired Marvel, they acquired the Star Wars brand, and they're God knows what else they're getting their hands into in films and TV and all types of
Aliens and Predators.
they,
I'm
bro,
getting ready to cancel my subscription after Aliens Earth, which is a fucking fantastic show, by the way. Please watch that. It's so good.
I'll be sure to look out for that. But
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is there's no stopping them. They might trip up. Something in the economy might cause them to fall. Like when COVID-19 hit, they took a little bit of a hit themselves, but they came back. You know what I mean? So they're never not going to be around.
and again, what people fail to realize, right, with these affiliates, is the difference between affiliates and owned and operated. Those
Yep.
are two completely different things.
They are.
Owned and operated is ABC7 in New York, LA, Chicago. Those are the major players. That's what I'm saying. People may think, oh yeah, you live in Chicago or New York. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel's not coming on. That's not true. It's going to come on because it's owned and operated by ABC. Now these affiliates, they may have the option to do that, but when the advertising people start getting involved, it's going to be wrapped. They're going to change. I'm telling you, they're going to change their minds. When the money start clicking and the money's not coming in the way it is, I guarantee that shit going to be back on.
I mean, this is all theatrical. This is all so people think that these companies are pandering to them. As soon as they think the people aren't paying attention, everything will go back to normal because that's what these companies do. So people don't pay attention. Like, I'm so upset. I'm in uproar for like a day. And then it's something else they focus on. And these companies know that, so they do that now. It's just temporary pandering. So it won't be like that forever.
And again, this might sound stupid for me to say this, and please don't drag me for this, but they said Disney lost $3 to $4 billion. To be honest, that probably hurt them. I don't think it hurt them that much. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. Disney got money on top of money on top of money. I guarantee that should probably put a dent. That shit didn't hurt them. I can guarantee you that. That shit did not hurt them. That should put a dent. Did not hurt them.
You're absolutely right. You know why?
We'll make that back tomorrow.
You know why? Remember in the 90s how they came out with the Lion King, the Little Mermaid, and then they went to the straight to videos, the Lion King 1.5. Those movies were horrible. Okay, but they still made money, and they're still making money off of them. Mm-hmm. They're still making.
Oh, you said Lion King was terrible?
What?
No,
Lion King
1.5.
Okay. I was about to get off this podcast, but go ahead.
Lion King. No. I'm talking about the sequels that's straight to home video.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Calm down.
Listen, The Lion King was an amazing movie, although I will say it is a rip of a Japanese anime movie. They stole that completely from Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, but who you think Pokey? I mean, listen. We can go on and on about people stealing stuff. I don't want to hear that. I mean, Pokemon stole from Digimon. Power Rangers stole from Voltron. It happens. It happens.
Oh no! Listen, there's basically no original ideas left in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's so many remakes, reboots, remasters, remixes? There's no more original ideas.
Disney didn't create anything that they made a movie until the 2000s.
What happened?
Disney didn't create anything like
they stole
original until the 2000s. Like the movies,
most of their movies
or other things.
Most of their movies are based on Grimm's fairy tales, but they just switch up. They just switch up a couple of things.
No, it's not just a couple, the whole damn thing. But
listen, a lot of the movies are based on Grimm's fairy tales.
But
they switch up a lot of the stuff, a lot of the content because it's too dark.
Yes,
like if you take a look at Cinderella, the whole story about the girl who loses her slipper and the prince. in that story, the stepsisters, in an attempt to fool the prince, because they didn't fit, their foot didn't fit in the shoe. One of them cut their heel off, and the other one cut her toe off.
Their stepmother had them cut their foot to fit the glass slipper, and
Exactly.
she was like, "It won't matter
You're
if
not
your
gonna,
foot's cut when you're married."
Right. You're not going to see that in the Disney version.
A lot of these Disney movies is the same ending. Look at Peter Pan. Everybody knows what happened to fucking Captain Hook. We saw the animated where they chasing him around. We saw the Hook movie with Robin. Even though that wasn't a Disney movie, that's a Disney character. The alligator ate him. It's different endings. Huh?
Peter Pan's not a Disney character.
I thought it was.
The Peter Pan books are there was a series of books, and they are wildly racist against Indians.
Everybody wildly racist against Indians.
Yeah.
Peter Pan's not a Disney character?
No.
Nope.
No, that's the first time I ever heard that.
Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
None of those.
None of them are Disney.
But Disney made the Peter Pan cartoon, though. I remember that. I had to say it. They own Peter. They had to own Peter Pan.
But here's the thing: Disney stories. Peter Pan is not an original Disney character.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Kind of in the way that like Wally. Wally, if I'm not mistaken, is an original Disney character, or the characters from Toy Story, right? But like if you're talking Peter Pan, Cinderella, Snow White, those characters are based on books and literature from like Grimm's fairy tales and from
That's what I meant. Yeah.
So then Peter Pan. Right. So Peter Pan's original character is from literature from somewhere else. Disney saw it. We're going to adapt this into a movie, and that's why you have Disney's Peter
Those books
Pan.
are so much more fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All the books they took it from and fucked up.
Yeah. Straight up kidnapping children, sending them off the plank and stuff, hanging Indians.
Bro, seriously, just get yourself the book. Grimm's fairy tale. If you could download it, whatever. And they're short stories. They're short stories.
And Hans Christian Andersen is another one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're short. So, like I remember, I don't know if I read the official version of it, but in Beauty and the Beast, there was a version I read that Beast was this savage creature, and basically Belle runs away from him, and in the midst of it, he kills
the movie, but it's like Beast, worse.
Yeah, so Beast kills the prince. He corners Belle. He's like, Belle, you were supposed to love me. She's like, I could never love you. And she jumps off the wall of the castle and commits suicide.
Yep.
So, dude, these stories are freaking dark as hell.
Yep. And Disney takes them and throws their Disney little magic onto them and turns them into happy endings.
Yes.
But they're never original. Like Toy Story's original, Wall-E's original. Cars.
I think Cars is original.
Mighty Ducks is original.
Most of their Pixar stuff's original.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks is original.
Fuck yeah, Mighty Ducks. Quack, quack.
Bombay. Coach Bombay.
Yeah, Cool Runnings is Disney original. I have pride. I have power. I am bad mother who takes nothing from nobody.
If we're talking about one of the greatest Disney creations, I need them to bring back gargoyles.
Fuck yeah.
Yo, you know what? Gargoyles, Batman animated series, Spider-Man and X-Men, those was like the top cartoons in the 90s, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
You know
hands down.
It's an Emmy award-winning cartoon. It won fucking Emmys.
Gargoyles?
Batman the animated series did.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a fan-made comic, a crossover between Batman and gargoyles.
Probably.
I remember growing up the Disney afternoon, man.
That was a burst, bro.
Oh man, I'm about to turn on Disney Plus right now after this podcast, man. I'm just upset that they don't have Aladdin on Disney Plus, man. Like I'm just upset over that, man. Nah, not the series. The series is not on there.
Oh, the series was good.
Mm.
I remember that series.
I remember the series. I remember the series.
Didn't Gilbert Gottfried
yes, he was Iago.
Yeah, he was Iago on the series too.
Robin Williams was the genie.
Was he on the series though too?
I don't think he was on the series.
I don't think he was. No.
They had somebody that was pretty good as the genie.
I think it was the guy who does the voice for Homer Simpson.
Probably.
I
know Frank Welker was in it because he's a poo. Frank Welker is in everything. If you want to have your mind blowing, look up Frank Welker. Frank Welker is the most profitable actor of all time. He is the single most profitable actor of all time. He outweighs even Samuel L. Jackson. He has been a part of more money-making franchises than any single actor of all time.
You know what's so funny? Like the Hook movie, Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman agents was genius because they wanted like the gross. And I think their final paycheck was like 120 million of like their salary because they just wanted the gross. Like that's just crazy, man. And they still getting paid off. They still getting paid off for their estate.
Yeah, that's residuals.
Robin Williams' estate is still getting paid off that shit.
Had a crazy contract for the first Star Wars movie. He got $650,000 and 2.5% of the gross. Like he said it in. He's like, I still make money off that movie.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson, he made like a shitload of movie off the first Batman.
Oh yeah.
And yo, you know what's so crazy? He wanted top billing, and he wasn't even the main character. He wanted top billing over Michael Keaton. And last time I checked, you know, Jack Nicholson was a bigger name than Michael Keaton. So, he wanted top billing plus the gross, and that shit paid off.
Goddamn right it did. That's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Like if there's a mural tattoo I want to get on my back or like somewhere around there a Mount Rushmore of Jack Nicholson faces, because I just think he makes the most memorable faces in movies. Like one from The Shining, obviously, one from
obviously Batman, since we were just mentioning Batman.
Batman. I'm trying to read the one where he played the devil. It was a witch movie. It had Cher.
The Witches of Eastwick.
Witches of Eastwick, yeah. I want the face of like him as the devil in that, and then one from The Departed, when he goes, got a rat, I've got this teething fucking rat. That teething part, those are the four faces that I want on that tattoo. So that's a dream tattoo. But I love Jack Nicholson, and Robert Downey Jr. also did the same thing. He did an overall gross of like all the movies that he would be a part of. Like he never signed it up for like an official, here's a set number. He just signed up to be like, I will play this character as many times as you fucking want me. Just I want the gross off of each one of them. And then got an especially big one. So he made like I think he made like $250 million or something like that off of all those movies.
Yeah, he doesn't have to make another movie the rest of his life. He could just make cameo appearances.
Yeah, his cameos cost a lot of money with this Marvel stuff. Who knows?
That's basically what the what the Marvel movies plan on doing. So can we just get him to cameo as Dr. Doom? Like, how much is he actually going to be in these movies?
Right.
And then I wonder who they'll get as because they'll get a variant Tony Stark. So I don't know if he'll play his variant or if they'll get somebody else new to play Tony Stark.
Supposedly it's going to be Tom Cruise.
Well, that was one of the first choices they had for
Back
the
in the
original
90s.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 90s. Yep. And Brad Pitt was set up to play Hawkeye in a movie.
Was he?
Yeah, there was a talk of that. Like, because it was around the same, because in the 90s, Marvel was selling off so much of their IP. That's why it got caught up in between so many different companies, is because they were just selling to whoever would buy it.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
why you had so many
They're
bad
dying.
movies come out. You had
Yeah.
so many horrible movies. I mean,
They're a dying company.
can we say Man Thing?
yeah,
Did you guys
I
ever
won't.
watch that thing? Man
Yeah.
Thing was
I remember watching Man Thing.
That's why I won't say it, because I have seen it.
Fucking yeah. I think there's a second Man Thing too.
Is
Why?
there?
And like not a sequel, but I think that there's like another one that Sci-Fi did.
No, that's the one that I'm talking about. That was straight to video. That was the one that was aired on Sci-Fi.
That one. Okay, that's the straight to Sci-Fi.
Yeah, it was just a horrific film,
It was.
and for all the wrong reasons too.
Yeah, Catwoman.
Oh, don't even mention that movie.
I mean, we're talking about bad movies from that era. She won a Razzie for it. She won a Razzie and she accepted it.
The outfits were nice. The rest of the movie, not so much.
Yeah,
I wasn't even impressed with the outfit. It just, listen, don't get me wrong. As a horny 15-year-old and seeing her half naked and with the fucking shit cut out, okay, fine. But looking back on it, it's like, that's not Catwoman.
That was
Yeah.
Every version of Catwoman is very different.
They're supposed to be thick. They're supposed to have a figure.
I get that, but that
like
wasn't Catwoman.
That
was some chick that went to like romantic people and got her costume there.
She's not very thick.
Oh,
Zoe Kravitz.
yeah. I mean, the best Catwoman was Michelle Pfeiffer. That's just common sense. Like whoever disagrees, it's just you just speaking at this point.
I like to go back to the 60s Batman. I mean, if we're talking, Michelle Pfeiffer's there, right? But fucking 60s Catwoman, god damn.
Eartha Kitt was amazing. I'm like, Eartha Kitt.
I was gonna say, who are you voting for, Julie Newmar or Eartha Kitt?
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
I think Julie Newmar would have voted for Eartha Kitt. What?
Yeah. Julie Newmar was fine as shit though too.
She was a gorgeous woman, but she wasn't my Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously speaking, that Michelle Pfeiffer, you know why Michelle Pfeiffer probably gets more of a pass than the rest of the ones that came after, is because she had more to do. She had a meatier role. I didn't see that with the two Catwomen that came afterwards. I mean, freaking Anne Hathaway had like, the only reason she was a Catwoman is because she had that shit on her head, that little cat ears. There was nothing Catwoman about her.
Yeah. That was not a Catwoman to me. I'm still like, when I watch that movie, I'm just like, but why? But why did they?
And especially in the fact that you have her and her figure and her body, and she loves to show it off. And I love that about Anne Hathaway, because she loves to show it off, and I like to look at that body. They didn't do that.
That's 15-year-old Lash coming out, ladies.
39-year-old Lash right here. No. All right. Then she straight up said in an interview at one time when she was like, "Oh no, I love getting naked in movies. Like, I like to see it, one, and two, I like to have it there for whenever I do break down and shit, to be like, look how fucking hot I was." And it's like, fuck yeah. I'm down with that. Show it off, girl. Thank you, Miss Hathaway.
Cool.
But yeah, she wasn't a good Catwoman.
Yeah, no.
But I like Zoe Kravitz. Hers was good. But I like the Batman in general because that was the most detective. Like that was the actual detective noir shit. That's the reason why the Penguin series worked so well. Is because you have to do like that movie, the Batman. It could have been broken down into like 6 episodes, and it would have flowed really well. And that's the thing. The reason why Batman the animated series is so cherished is because Batman is sure the main character, but he's not the characters. Like all the characters are all the villains that he has to face, and it's all people with mental issues. The story of Batman is all about mental issues and people with mental issues and crime related to it. And that's why the animated series and all of its like, spawn off points and stuff, Justice League and everything worked good because it showed the actual Batman. The comics even went and turned their style of writing to fit Paul Dini's writing because Paul Dini was so goddamn good at writing Batman. Still is good at writing Batman.
Agreed. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, bro. I do agree with you 100% about the animated series. It's something that I to this day still watch. And you're right. I think the reason that you're saying that these characters have flaws, and these flaws are things that people can connect with, and that's what makes these characters so unique. It's not just another superhero show with supervillains where the good guy fights the bad guy because truth and justice. No, these characters have flaws. They are going through some kind of traumatic experience. They're going through some kind of pain. I mean, look at Clayface. He was a person who lost his identity, and he became
identity disorder.
Right. Two-Face. He had the split personality. He was basically fighting his inner demon, but it came out. So you had all these characters that have these things. That
Joker's schizophrenic.
Right. You have all these characters that people can connect with. But as far as the Batman movie, I'll be honest with you, I kind of fell asleep through it twice. I want to give it another chance just so I can say I sat through it and I could really judge the film for what it's worth.
If you watch that movie at the wrong time, you can fall asleep to it.
Yeah, well, I fell asleep twice. So I don't want to pass judgment because, like I said, it wouldn't be fair, being that I fell asleep through it twice. But as far as the anime series, amazing.
Yeah. They, just all of them. Dr. Freeze, he has separation anxiety, and attachment issues.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing everything to try and save his wife. And to an obsessive point, which one of my favorite things about the video games, especially in Arkham Knight and the DLC for the side quests with Mr. Freeze, finally gets his wife out of freezing, and she kind of rejects him for everything that he did in order to do that, and just like, you should have let me die, dude. And he sacrifices himself, in the end to save her and the rest of them. So he ultimately kind of gets what he wants.
Yeah. And then the extension to that was the Batman Beyond, which was another incredible show. You had new villains, but you also had some of the classics like Mr. Freeze, who came in.
You also had where the Joker came back and he made Tim into the Joker kid, and had him kill him. That's the thing that I pity about the modern generation of kids, is that they don't get the same quality of writing that we do.
Well,
I'd say
everything has been
a cartoon that comes close. A cartoon that comes close right now that I watch is My Adventures with Superman. It's the kind of semi-anime Superman. That's got what's his name from The Boys doing Superman. Forget his name. But he plays Huey on The Boys. And he was on Star Trek Lower Decks. Fuck, I gotta look him up. I gotta look him up now.
That's Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid's son. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like we can remember all the facts about him.
Yeah.
We can't remember his name.
Nope. I know it looks like. He's also a Novocaine.
Yeah, Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid, yeah.
Yep.
I actually just saw that movie. That movie was fire.
Novocaine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I haven't watched
that. So good.
I'll go by your recommendations. I'll check it out. Yeah, but he plays Superman in the cartoon, and he does just like how his Clark Kent. Jack Quaid is a fucking Clark Kent, and he makes that character of Clark Kent and Superman blend really well together, to where he's like just getting a hold of all these things, and they do a really good they do a storyline of Superman that I hadn't seen before. It ends up with, certain characters in different ways that you haven't seen and done before. I highly recommend that cartoon. It's really well done. And the My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That one was pretty good too. They did some interesting things with that.
I'm actually waiting on season 2 for that. That was a really good show. I like the direction that they went in. He wasn't exactly like he wasn't together. He was still figuring things out.
Mm-hmm. That's it's good. It's good. Origin stories are good. Sometimes certain cartoons, it can come in, without doing the origin story. I think I think with the Spider-Man animated series, you don't get the origin story until like maybe 12 episodes in. And I think the same thing with Batman the animated series. I think it's like episode 6 or 7 that goes over his parents' death.
Yeah, because I remember in the animated series for Spider-Man, they started off with the Lizard as the first villain, and they opened up Batman with Man-Bat. Yeah, Man-Bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really fucking just those series. You can't top the writing like that of that time. But I think that these two cartoons in particular, they're standouts to me of like, because it's sometimes you hate the multiverse and sometimes you love it.
Right.
When the multiverse is done well, it's great. But both those cartoons do their own thing, to where it's not having to interfere, with a greater overall Marvel or DC storyline. It's just able to be its own story, and I like that.
You know what other cartoon was actually phenomenal, and I'm surprised that Disney hasn't picked it up, only because Stan Lee produced it. Stripperella.
Now,
Can't have that, dude.
I think the Stripperella, that was on USA, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was on USA, so that might have been one that he sold. So it's probably underneath NBC Universal, like the Hulk.
maybe.
Like there's the Hulk and like a bunch of like dozens of other like super duper like D and F level characters from Marvel that NBC Universal has.
I'm just remembering
Like,
that 70s show. What is it? Shazam? The Shazam hour or whatever it was.
Yeah. True believers.
And today's Awkward Science is brought to you by Dubby. If you need your energy drink, Dubby.gg.
Yeah.
W.
We have to post our code so people can get 10% off.
Is that how that works? See, you were in charge of that. I don't know how the whole sponsorship works.
I mean, every post I put has the code in it so people can post in the promo and get 10% off. After this, I did not do that, so I shall make sure I put it in the description of the YouTube video because someone will remind me. Thank you.
Yeah. But
otherwise,
yeah, there's a level of just animation and cartoon storytelling and stuff that I think X-Men 97 really showed off. I think X-Men 97 went through and I think Marvel really needs to take notes. I think I brought this up before that I think they should bring the X-Men characters and that universe in, like how whatever they're doing with Doomsday, I guess they're gonna kind of have them already pre-established. And what they need to do is they need to do a series with movies because there's too many characters in the X-Men to show off in one movie.
Yeah.
And that's what the X-Men movies continuously prove. They continuously prove that they can't pull off all the characters in one movie or a trilogy. They can't pull them off into a trilogy either because they get different directors, they get different writers, and so it ends up taking a whole new direction every time one of those movies comes on. And luckily for them, most of the X-Men movies are all pretty good. Wolverine's terrible. But but X-Men Days of Futures Past, that's a good one. But then you get Dark Phoenix and the Phoenix. It's like they could do the first two movies well, and then it's their third and fourth movies that they fuck up.
It's like you said, you had so many directors going in different directions. They didn't know what to do. Some of the characters they were not faithful to at all. Some of the character designs were horrible. Some of the characters they didn't pick the right actors for. And a lot of times, like with the amount of characters you have in that X-Men universe, you can't shine the light on them all at once. So you're right. They need to do. Like they need to say, okay, we're gonna have a core cast of members as the X-Men for the movies, and say, you know what, we're gonna do like a covert action team, kind of like what X-Force is, and have them do like a mini series here that ties into the movies, or
I think they just need to do an X-Men series and then have the each season build up to a movie. That way they can shorten the runtime and then the production costs on the actual movie. If they do 10 good episodes that lead to a 90-minute fucking spend $100 million on it, because they're usually spending $250,000 on these motherfuckers. That works better. And it would probably also work for shoot time and runtime and everything, because then you're able to get them to film for like what, good 3-4 months on just the series, and then film for another 2 months on that, and then they could take off for the rest of the fucking year. While that shit comes on, and then make absolute fucking bank. Like X-Men 97 got them their largest spike in fucking in subscribers.
Right.
Take notes, Disney. Hey, how did that work? Well, they had a series that was well established, and they were able to expand on these characters by actually having a proper storytelling format. Fucking wild. Fucking wild how that works.
Crazy.
You telling me that Magneto and Rogue had an affair? The fuck? All right.
I mean,
sign me up. What happened there?
It's really good how they let more stuff from the comics into 97, though. Like, they actually thought about it.
Because they brought back those writers.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
writers took
lives throughout his shit, because they have the Batman. They have a Batman series on Amazon too. That one's really good.
Yeah.
The Amazon Batman series, because it's done all 50s style. But they leave it they do a really good job of leaving it ambiguous onto the actual time, but it's like definitely set in like 50s noir with him having higher tech gadgets and a lot more of a detective story. So that one's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's the different distributors that's messing the whole thing up, because Magneto is Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch father. They're not going to acknowledge that in the MCU. Yeah. They may acknowledge that now with this whole thing, Disney buying parts of Fox.
It's
the different distributors that's messing up comics. That's this whole
rumors.
thing.
One of the rumors is that they're going to be getting the first Magneto back, and they're going to have Wanda from Marvel, and then they're going to have her brother Quicksilver, and they're going to put them as that timeline of him being a father and a king of a land and everything. Yeah, doing
the House of M timeline, supposedly in a movie or show. I was just
apparently they're going to do it. They're going to do it in Doom. They're going to do it in the Doom.
Apparently there's going to be a soft reboot as well after not Doomsday, but after Secret War. That's going to be a soft reboot for the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, I mean, it should be, because it's when all the dimensions clash and stuff. So perfect time.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they didn't, which I don't think I talked to you guys since I watched Fantastic Four, which I liked how they did Galactus.
Absolutely agree with you 100%.
That was my biggest fear going into it, and they didn't overdo Franklin. They didn't really show him off, which I was kind of glad, because he's so obnoxiously powerful.
Exactly.
And
world ender.
Yeah, he's a universe ender.
He really is.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's like the way they ended makes me wonder how they're going to take those characters now, though, because it was such a strong new beginning for them,
Yeah. I do wish I could have seen a little bit more. I do like how they ran through how they've been at it for a good 4 or 5 years or something. I kind of wish that that they could have dived a little bit more, make that a little bit more expansive and show them using their powers a little bit more, especially Mr. Fantastic. I just love seeing those weird stretchy powers, and I don't think that we got enough stretch.
Well, there's still time. There's still going to be more Marvel movies, more Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
And I think they did something different that didn't work in the other films. And I think they focused on the family dynamic. It wasn't just a group of people who came together to become superheroes. It was a family dynamic. You had that, you know, there's no better word for it. They had a family dynamic that in which part of their job was to be scientists that gain these abnormal abilities that they use for the good of mankind.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing that separates them from the original Fantastic Four that we got in theaters with, you know, with Jessica Alba, and then the reboot, which was a completely horror fest, and then of course the unreleased, which was laughable.
Yeah. And I will say the original two Fantastic Four movies have their merit, especially with Ben Grimm. I think Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm is
he was brilliant.
Ben Grimm. I do think that this one it wasn't. I did like the beard. That was cool. I did like the fact that he still grew facial hair. That was pretty cool. But otherwise, I wasn't like overly impressed with the thing. And I thought Johnny was all right. Like I think there's more to the characters, and I think it was a good first movie. Mostly because they didn't fuck up Galactus. Because that's all you can do is just put him in another part of the universe. How do you kill him? You can't.
No, but the you know the great thing about it was that they gave such a simple solution. They didn't CGI Galactus. He was just a guy in a suit. They literally pulled the Godzilla on this, and they put him in a suit. They made a miniature city, and there was the problem solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't think about it like that. That's true.
Yeah. They didn't need to because he had an objective. You know, whereas the Galactus and fucking Rise of the Silver Surfer was just a fucking cloud. And fuck that movie. Ben Grimm's still good in that one though.
Honestly, I think he's the best part of both those films.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go because I gotta get up. I gotta get up early in the morning. But thanks again for allowing me on the show, and I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Have a safe shit.
All right. Peace.
Yeah. And then I guess so you didn't get to watch WrestlePalooza at all.
No, not at all.
All right. I would say watch the Io Sky Stephanie Becker match.
Yeah, I heard that was probably the best part of the entire show.
That match I scored an 8. They did really well in that match. But outside of that match, the rest it like you got Jay and Jimmy Uso, and as usual, you know, Jimmy's the only one doing any work.
Jay smacked himself in the face with a chair, and that made that whole match.
I saw that clip. I saw that clip.
I mean, I've never seen someone hit someone and with a chair and it bounced off that person, hit them in the head, and do more damage to the person that originally hit them. But Jay made it happen, and we all witnessed it.
I'm waiting for the video memes. I'm waiting for somebody to like add sound effects and whatnot.
Oh, the Botchamania is going to be amazing.
I cannot wait because that was the highlight of the whole thing for me. Got to see stupidity and blood in one.
Yeah, the the opening match, like I said earlier, it was fucking ridiculous. I think it was only
Their
like
opening
7
matches
minutes.
are always trash, and like we really could have waited to see Cena get thrown around like a rag doll. Like, we really could have waited for that, but
Yeah. But they, it's their opening ESPN thing, and they got a C.
I mean,
They got a C. That's generous. That's fucking generous. That's a fucking D.
ESPN gave you a C. Your new owners gave you a C. I think see what's going to happen with their contract. See how far I'm going to take this. Like,
Yeah.
They hopefully we're smart enough as fans to say enough is enough.
have you
Like I
met
said,
wrestling fans?
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Why?
Because I'm hopeful. But anyway, as a fan myself, the only thing that we need to do is stop consuming the product. Get our product somewhere else. All right. Just like when we go to the supermarket, right? If they're selling your favorite box of cereal for like $8 at ShopRite, go to the bodega, $4.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like you're still gonna get the same cereal, but you're gonna get the same cereal, but you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're paying less. So
when it comes to
it's
wrestling,
time for us to wake up.
at this point, like, we all know that WWE is like just everybody living nostalgia. We know that New Japan has been better since forever. At this point, they're abusing our love and knowing that we're connected to them like that, and it's just time to give up. I already like basically cut that cord, and been watching AEW and everything else or anything else. I'd rather watch WWF than watch WWE at this point.
Yeah.
Well, what they need to do, if they want to win us over again,
yeah, go ahead.
If they want to win us over again, WWE needs to adopt what McDonald's just did. If I'm not mistaken, one of the CEOs like, "Yo, enough's enough. You know, it's costing too much for people to afford a meal at our restaurants. We're gonna cut the prices. All right. I'm not sure if that's going into effect. I'm not sure if that's going into effect. But from what I've heard and read, one of the CEOs is like, "Yo, we need to make this more affordable for families."
Because you want
If they take, I'm saying I know you're not buying it because you're definitely more into the natural do yourself. But for your average person who's on, you know what I mean? Huh?
McDonald's not allowed in my house at all. So
no, I understand that. I'm just using that as an example that the CEO is like, listen, enough's enough. It shouldn't cost like $10 for a freaking cheeseburger.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're only doing that because Wendy's has been doing that. Like Wendy's has been doing the $5 biggie bag since 2018.
Yeah, they just ended the 4 for $4 Wendy's, so
yeah,
keep up computers.
And that one of the things that upset me about the West Coast, little upset, there are like no Wendy's out there. They're primarily more out east. Lots of In-N-Outs. In-N-Out's pretty good though.
Yeah, well, there's no In-N-Outs over here.
Nope.
That they're more of.
Jack in the Box. They have Jack in the Box too. Jack in the Box is pretty good.
I've never had those things, so I'm just like,
yeah, they're out west.
Yep.
But yeah, and then the fucking mixed tag match. Jesus fucking Christ. It was a match. It was a match that I almost wish that Willie had gotten to see, because I know how much he loves to prep CM Punk and shit, and I would just love to be like, tell me that match was good. Tell me that match was good.
I don't even think the people in the match could tell you that match was good. It was
They
just a
fucked up
waste of
so
time.
much. They fucked up so much. So much. Looked like there were a bunch of 40-year-olds in the way. Oh, wait!
Ah.
Looks like a bunch of people that might be out of their prime.
Or getting there. I don't know. It wasn't hitting. It wasn't hitting like it should have, in my opinion, you know. And all
So it
those
looks like
AJ Lee hasn't wrestled
describing-
in a ring for 10 years without telling me AJ Lee hasn't wrestled in a ring without 10 years.
It looks like from what you're telling me, because I didn't get to see the match, there was a lot of ring rust.
There shouldn't be ring rust on fucking Seth and Punk or Becky. They like all three of them have been pretty active. And it's this whole bullshit of doing each other's finishers, then fucking them up. And they don't do it once, they do it twice.
Or 12 times. Like at this point,
12
like,
fucking times.
please stop doing other people's finishers and just finish the fucking matches, because it just gets tedious and redundant and aggravating. I don't know who keeps thinking of it, but stop, please. Just stop.
It's one thing if you use someone's finisher on them and then pin them. That's poetic. That's ironic. You know, that's something worthwhile. But if you do your fucking opponent's finisher on them twice and they still kick out, and then they do the same to you and you kick out still, like, why? And then going off and fucking sell. Just times where they're just waiting around in the fucking ring for the others to do their shit.
It's just, I don't know.
So
I think ESPN should have given it way less of a score, like a D- or F, but I guess they're being generous. But that seems like a match made in hell. If that was the first date, I'd never go back. But we'll see.
And then they have Cody and Drew, who Drew worked that fucking match. Cody worked the fucking concussion. Like, they were playing up this whole thing that fucking Drew gave him a concussion from when he fucking did the Claymore to him in the table a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're trying to sell that he has a concussion, and so fucking there was times where fucking like Cody would just drop or like stumble around the ring, and he did that for about 4 minutes, and then didn't do it. Then didn't do it again for the rest of the match. So he tried selling this concussion for like 4 minutes of a 9-minute match, and then the rest of the match he didn't do it. And he won.
Didn't work it at all. It's just, it was useless. It was absolutely useless, and I don't know why they did it.
Oh, there's the promo code.
Yeah. Post that on there. Everybody can see that. If anybody watching, you can see that's our promo code. 10% off at w.gg.
Neat. See, this is why she's the pod goddess. She knows certain things that I don't think of.
Word. I thought it'd be better because I was like, I didn't put this in the description yet. I might forget to do that, but let's definitely put that in the podcast. So we want to thank our sponsor, W.gg. Get powered up with W.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah,
so WrestlePalooza was horrendous. I didn't like Raw, so I didn't even say anything about it because why? Why would I?
I woke up for the tail end of the main event, which has heel Asuka blowing poison and shit again, which I'm all right with. Heel Oscar's funny. Heel Oscar's funny. I'm at least if I'm gonna have to sit through this shit, her and Kairi Sane being like the fucking anime fucking evil fucking duo, it's kind of saving it for me.
It was all right, but what didn't save me was the rest of the show. Like, if I have to wait to the end to get like hints of anything great or even good, it's not worth it. So
that whole Io Sky and Kairi Sane has me. It reminds me of Kai and Tai a little bit. Remember when they would be on the mic, but it would be actually Shane McMahon actually talking for them.
Yeah. I'm not excited to see where it goes. I am not at all.
Fair. But at least Asuka as a heel, I can buy because she's really good as a heel.
She is.
So I'm fine. I'm fine with that because if anybody's gonna be a heel, at least it's her. And Kairi Sane's a good one too, especially I did love how they tried to, right before she attacked, just being like, is she hesitant? Oh no, she's not hesitant at all.
Yeah, I was just like, this is. But let's wait to see if they do it again next week, like they like to do when something's kind of good,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. If that's the thing, is I bet you that probably got the highest rating of the Raw when it comes to stuff, and so because of that, they'll probably be like, let's do it again.
And again and again and again and again. Because that's what we do.
And again.
With no creativity.
Yeah, they're gonna do it until the well runs dry. That's what it's gonna be.
It's becoming again tedious and boring, and there are other promotions, and I'm glad everybody's going to them because this just ain't it anymore.
Which Cultaholic brought up a good point of what if AEW starts counter programming for WrestleMania 43, because
they already basically started planning. So
and here's the important reason why. It's because WrestleMania week is a fucking thing, and it's not just WrestleMania going on. All the indies get their shit together too and go out to that fucking city and surrounding cities and put on fucking tons of fucking shows. Well, if it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, how the fuck are they going to do that? That's where AEW needs to come in, put on a fucking 2-day counter program, and they work with indies. So fucking feature a bunch of those fucking indies up in there too.
I agree.
And they can make a fucking boatload. And MVP was already talking too about how they're trying to make sure that their pricing doesn't get crazy, so that the regular family can't afford to go to to a wrestling match.
And that's what wrestling fans want to hear from promotions now. I can afford you. I can afford this. I can still see the sport I like, or sport entertainment, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's great to talk on. That's what created
your average family is what? Because your average family is what? Like it'd be mom, dad, two children. So that's 4 people. So if you spend, let's say $20 a ticket, right? That's $80 right there already in your pocket. Plus they're gonna buy concessions, and they're gonna buy merchandise, and if there's a meet and greet, they're gonna pay for autographs and whatever. So they're easily gonna spend $200 or $300 just in that one night for the family, in comparison to an $800 seat in the nosebleed section.
Having to pay $1,000 altogether and then be poor for the rest of the month. It's just nonsensical.
Or having to wait for the price gouging to fucking stop and wait for the ticket price to actually come down the day of. and just buy the ticket the day of. Like, I can't wait to see those front row seat prices drop.
And then, of course, you have the people who scalp tickets, the scalpers. They're going to be gouging the prices more than that.
Oh yeah.
So if okay, I'm lowballing here. Let's say ticket nosebleed section is $800 at WrestleMania for one seat. That's not going to be $800 for the scalper. That's going to be $1,500, $2,000, and people will buy it. Just not me.
Well, that's the thing is when it comes to Vegas, especially like that, like scalping and ticket hustling is a big fucking crime out there, and they are on that shit. Because it's Vegas. Like, one thing with Vegas, you don't fuck with it. It fucking kills you. And it will kill your business, and it will kill everything associated with you.
It will.
And
money.
Yep. And so street scalping out there, like, I know from my friend who she works sting operations for the fucking money laundering schemes and stuff. She said, we pop ticket scalper like rings all the time. Like, they're easy. They're the easiest rings to pop. Because
I mean, they're the only one like literally telling you what what they're doing.
Yeah. And they get serious jail time. So when it comes to that, it's gonna be the online. It's gonna be the online fake shit and everything like that. That's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be the people. It's gonna be the people buying bulk tickets and then trying to fucking scalp them online.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you got Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi Arabia, if I was TKO, I would not be dropping fucking prices at all. Americans, they're gonna have to do it. They're already doing it. They're already being forced to do it. By dropping the tickets at the last fucking minute. I did the same thing. I did the same thing when I went to WrestleMania 40. I waited until the day of. And the same spot I was getting, it was $40 less the day of.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's just how they roll, because they try to put the prices up high because they want people to buy ahead of time.
Price gouging.
Obviously, but when it comes to, they lack the knowledge of the internet. It seems that they do all these internet things and they lack the knowledge of the internet.
I mean, just like people that make claims but can't Google the shit first. Miraculous.
Yeah. It's about to die. So I gotta put up the cigarette. Are you guys still down to talk more?
I mean, it looks like I'm gonna be wrapping this up because my laptop is also dying.
All right, let's wrap it up then.
All right.
Thank you to our sponsor, WGG. Thank you for everybody we got our discount code right down there, 10% off. Get powdered up, and thank you for listening to us rant and rave about wrestling, a little bit of politics, and and some nostalgia, and current cartoons. We kind of did a little bit of a round robin there. Don't tell Tony Khan.
Don't forget to tune in Thursday where we will be talking about something else. What? Nobody knows. We'll be something. We'll be here. We'll be there.
We'll
Bye.
figure it out. We'll figure it out by then.
I do like the ominous, like
Peace,
half
love,
my
and
face
chicken
being lit. Kind of makes me feel like Two-Face a little bit, especially smoking.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Bye.